The moment this big cat walked in, he never left her side. Nobody warned her. Nobody said, "Your life is about to change today." There was no dramatic moment, no lightning, no music swelling in the background, just a carrier on the floor and a cat inside it who had already decided. His name was Oliver, 18 pounds of gray striped fur, white chest, amber eyes that seemed to carry the quiet weight of someone who had seen too much and chosen, very carefully, to say nothing about it. He was a Maine Coon mix, maybe 4 years old. No one was entirely sure. He had been at the shelter for 11 months. 11 months. The staff called him the gentleman, not because he was particularly friendly, but because he never caused trouble. He never cried, he never threw himself against the cage door. He just sat and watched and waited, like someone who understood that patience, not desperation, was the only dignity left available to him. 3 families had come to see him. 3 families had left without him. He was too big, they said, too calm, not playful enough. One couple brought their small daughter, who walked past his kennel twice without stopping and chose a younger kitten with a louder, more performing personality. Oliver watched her go. He didn't flinch, he didn't call after her. He turned back toward the window and resumed waiting, as if this were simply one more ordinary Tuesday in a long series of ordinary Tuesdays. The shelter coordinator, a woman named Dana, had started to quietly worry, not because Oliver was failing, but because he was succeeding too perfectly at being invisible. Some animals, she had learned over many years working in that place, get so good at waiting that they disappear inside themselves, day by day, quietly, completely. And then one morning you check the kennel and something essential is simply gone. She decided to try one more time. She called a woman named Grace, a retired school teacher, 63 years old, living alone in the same house she had shared with her husband for 27 years. Her husband had passed away 14 months ago. Her children called every Sunday. Her neighbor brought soup sometimes. She was fine, she told everyone. She was managing. She had not asked for a cat. Dana drove Oliver over on a Thursday morning. Grace opened the door, looked at the carrier, and said, very politely, "Oh, I don't think I really need." Dana had already set the carrier down on the hallway floor. She unlatched the door and stepped back. Oliver didn't rush. He never rushed. He sat in the open carrier for a long, unhurried moment, simply looking at the room, assessing. Then he walked out, slowly, with the composed dignity of someone arriving at a hotel they had already decided was acceptable. He walked through the living room, he walked through the kitchen. He paused at the window and looked outside for a long moment, then turned and looked back at Grace. Something passed between them, something that doesn't have a name in any language. He walked to her feet, he sat down, and he looked up at her. That was it. That was the whole introduction. No fanfare, no theatrics, just a large, serious cat sitting at the feet of a woman who said she didn't need one, looking up at her as though to say, "I know, but here we are." If you're still here with us, and we're so glad you are, please take 1 second and hit subscribe. Stories like this one are exactly why this channel exists. We share real, honest moments every week, and you really don't want to miss what comes next. The first night, Grace didn't know where he would sleep. She had set up a soft bed near the radiator like she'd read online. Oliver inspected it thoughtfully. Then he walked past it and sat beside her armchair. Not on it, beside it. Close enough to be present, far enough to be dignified. She turned off the lamp, he stayed. In the morning, he was still there. She didn't realize until 3 days later that she had been sleeping through the night for the first time since her husband died. There was no dramatic explanation for it. No scientific certainty, just the simple, ancient fact that the house felt different now, less empty. Less like a space that was only waiting to be vacated, more like a place where something was still living, still breathing, still choosing every single morning to be here. Oliver had a way of appearing exactly when Grace sat down, not demanding, not performing, just arriving. He would settle nearby, on the arm of the sofa, on the corner of the rug, at the edge of her reading chair, and simply be there, breathing, warm, unhurried. Her daughter visited on a Saturday afternoon and found Grace talking to him, full sentences, explaining what she was cooking, telling him about the book she was reading, describing the weather outside the window in careful detail as though he might have opinions about it. "Mom," her daughter said, "you're having a conversation with a cat." Grace considered this for a moment. "He listens better than most people," she said simply. Her daughter called her brother that same evening. "I think the cat is helping. I don't know how, but something is different about her. Something is back." What Oliver seemed to understand, without being told, without language, without any of the tools we rely on to know each other, was simply that Grace was carrying something heavy. Not a problem to be solved, not a wound to be quickly healed, just a weight. The specific, lasting weight of someone who has loved deeply and lost completely, and must now learn very slowly how to hold both things at once. He didn't try to fix it. He didn't distract her from it. He just stayed close while she carried it. There is a kind of comfort that has no words, that cannot be offered through a phone call or a casserole or a well-meaning visit on a Sunday afternoon. It can only be given by something that asks nothing, expects nothing, and remains anyway, fully, quietly, without conditions. Oliver remained. 6 months after Dana drove that carrier up the front path, Grace started going to her neighbor's book club again. She started cooking proper dinners instead of making toast at strange hours. She called her daughter on days that weren't Sunday. Small things, the kinds of things that you only notice when they quietly come back. She told Dana in a voice that was steady and warm, "He walks to the door with me every evening like I've been away for months, even if I was only gone for 20 minutes. She paused for a moment. "I forgot what it felt like to be waited for." Oliver is 7 years old now, still serious, still composed, still deeply unimpressed with most things the world considers exciting. He has never outgrown his preference for sitting near Grace rather than on her, close but never clinging, present but never demanding, watching but never intrusive. Every evening without fail, he positions himself by the front door around the time she usually returns. He doesn't pace, he doesn't cry, he simply waits in the quiet and certain way he has always waited, with the patience of someone who learned a long time ago that the right person does eventually come through the door. It just takes time, and some things and some people are absolutely worth waiting for. Grace has a framed photo on her mantelpiece now, not of Oliver alone, of both of them, her hand resting lightly on his back, his amber eyes looking directly into the camera with that expression he always carries. Calm, serious, completely present, like he has nowhere else to be and never did. Her granddaughter asked about it once, pointing at the photo with a small, curious finger. Grace smiled and said very simply, "That's the one who stayed." Do you believe a cat can truly choose a person? Deliberately, with intention, with something that looks a lot like love? Or do you think it's something else entirely? Tell me in the comments. I'd really love to know.